Good morning, students. In continuation of alkanes preparation, we'll see some more important preparation. Yesterday video. Okay, yesterday we discussed preparation of alkanes by using dehalogenation method. Then in continuation, we'll see the controlled next method, fourth method. Controlled hydrogenation. Controlled hydrogenation. Controlled hydrogenation of alkynes also forms alkenes. Here I am taking one of the important compound CH3C double bond O, CH3C triple bond C CH3. This is we call 2-butyne. Add hydrogen here in the presence of specific reagents. Here I am taking two specific reagents. One is palladium barium sulfate quinoline. Palladium barium sulfate quinoline. This reagent we called Lindlar's catalyst. This reagent we called Lindlar's catalyst. In presence of this palladium barium sulfate quinoline, we observe here cis addition. Cis addition means hydrogen will add from only one side. Either both the hydrogens will add here carbon triple bond from one side, above the plane or below the plane. Above the plane or below the plane, and forms here cis compound. See that compound CH3, here C double bond CH3. These two hydrogens add here same side, either upside, either above the plane, either below the plane. Okay, for example here added from the below the plane. This we called as cis-2-butene. Why we called cis-2-butene this one? Both the same groups are presented same side, so we called cis-2-butene. Okay. In the presence of lithium or sodium and liquid ammonia, here hydrogenation takes place. Addition of hydrogen we called hydrogenation. Hydrogenation takes place one from the downside, one from the upside. That means two hydrogens will add in opposite way. We get here C. First I am writing C double bond C, CH3 as usual. Here H added for this carbon, H added from downside. Here H added from upside. We get this molecule. This is we called trans-2-butene. Cis and trans two isomers. Okay, this is we called controlled hydrogenation. Okay, in continuation of hydrogenation of these two gives alkanes only. That's why we stopped here now. So this is we called as controlled hydrogenation. Controlled hydrogenation of in presence of here palladium barium sulfate quinoline forms cis compound. The presence of sodium liquid ammonia forms trans compounds. Okay, here I am taking one more compound CH3, CH2, C triple bond C, CH2, CH3. This is we called 3-hexane. Okay, the hydrogenation of 3-hexane also. The hydrogenation of 3-hexane also. In the presence of palladium barium sulfate, and quinoline, here trans addition takes place. Here cis addition takes place. Here in sodium or lithium, liquid ammonia, trans addition reaction takes place, forms here C2CH3, CH3CH2, C double bond, and here H, CH2, CH3. This is the cis-3-hexene. Cis-3-hexene was formed here, and here we get trans-3-hexene, CH2, C double bond, H, CH2, CH3, H. This is trans-3-hexene. Okay, this is about the controlled hydrogenation of alkynes. In the presence of various reagents, we form cis-alkenes and trans-alkenes. Okay, this is the one important reaction. Then in continuation, we will see one more preparation, that is hydroboration. The hydroboration, what is the meaning of hydroboration? Addition of borane. Borane means BH3, we called borane. BH3 we called borane. Okay, BH3 we called borane. Addition of borane, we called hydroboration. By the hydroboration, we will prepare the alkenes, different types of alkenes. Here from the alkynes, you are taking this one, acetylene or ethyne. It is reacts with the BH3. This is we called borane. Actually, B2H6 called as diborane. Half of the B2H6 is called diborane. Half of the borane, diborane we called as borane. BH3. Okay, addition reaction takes place. All these hydrogens, here I am taking 3 moles. All these hydrogens added here like this. CH2. Okay, here C double bond, CH taken 3 times, and B. Here this is we called triethyl borane. We'll get here triethyl borane. Okay, this triethyl borane involves in the various reaction. Okay, in the presence of H plus ion, this H plus ion added here. Take 3 H plus ions, 3 H plus ions added here, and we get the boron. Along with this CH2 double bond, CH2, 3 moles. Ethene was formed. Okay, if we add here silver nitrate in the presence of sodium hydroxide. If you add silver nitrate in the presence of sodium hydroxide, coupling reaction takes place. How coupling reaction takes place? For example, 2 moles are there, total 6 now. Here 3 moles of CH2 will bond CH. One molecule coupled with this, one molecule coupled with the same molecule like this, CH double bond CH2. Couple like this. This is we called 1,3-butadiene. This is we called 1,3-butadiene. If you take ethyl, we get the 1,3-butadiene. If you take propane, we get more than that one, 6 carbons. This is we called coupling compound or coupling reaction. This is we called coupling reaction or coupling compound. This is we called hydroboration. And here reaction with Grignard reagent. By using this Grignard reagent, we will prepare higher alkenes from the lower alkenes. Okay, substituted lower alkenes or alkenes. Here I am taking Grignard reagent or common take RMgX is called Grignard reagent. RMgCl is called Grignard reagent. RMgCl, alkyl magnesium halide, we called Grignard reagent. Alkyl magnesium halide, we called Grignard reagent. This is R means alkyl group magnesium halide. Grignard reagent reacts with substituted alkenes. This is we called vinyl chloride. We called vinyl chloride. It loses MgCl2. Just heat here. It loses MgCl2 and forms RCH double bond CH2. This is we called higher alkene. Okay, this is we called higher alkene. See, in this alkene we have only 2 carbon atoms, but in product we have the 3 carbon atoms. Alkyl group also 1 carbon atom. 1, 2, 3. So we prepare lower alkyne, higher alkynes from the lower alkynes. Here I am taking one Grignard reagent, CH3 MgCl reacts with the Cl, CH double bond CH2 vinyl chloride. It loses magnesium chloride. I am taking suppose phenyl magnesium chloride. This is also Grignard reagent. Reacts with this one only. Heat. It loses magnesium chloride. What we get here? CH3, CH double bond, CH2. 1 propene. See, ethene converts into propene. This is higher kind. Here also same. Benzene with CH double bond, CH2. This is we called styrene. Here also MgCl2. Here also MgCl2 was released. Okay, this is about the hydroboration and reaction with Grignard reagent. Okay, by the reaction with Grignard reagent, by the hydroboration, we prepared alkenes. Okay, in continuation, we'll see the Kolbe electrolysis. We'll see the Kolbe electrolysis. Kolbe electrolysis. Okay, how will we do the Kolbe electrolysis? Already we know about the electrolysis process. Okay, here especially ethene. Okay, ethene or ethylene prepared by using Kolbe electrolysis from the here dipotassium succinate or disodium succinate. What is the dipotassium succinate or disodium succinate? See this one, CH2, CH2, COO-NA, COO-NA. This is we called disodium succinate. We called disodium succinate. This is reacts with water. That means during the electrolysis we added water, or they are adding water, add water and pass the electricity through this electrolytic solution. What happens here? This hydrogen released in the form of gas at cathode. Okay, sodium reacts with OH, forms sodium hydroxide. These two formed at cathode. Neat point of view and CD point of view, the last at cathode which compounds are formed or which gases are evolved. Okay, then CH2 forms CH2 double bond CH2 ethene. Here it will break. The CO2, 2 moles of carbon dioxide is formed. These two compounds are formed at anode. Remember, always hydrocarbon forms at anode only. Okay, then I am taking one molecule CH, it is R. Alkyl substituted, this is what? Disodium succinate. Disodium succinate. This is alkyl substituted. Alkyl, here alkyl is there, disodium. Alkyl disodium succinate. Okay, add water like this, HOH, pass the electricity. What compounds are? Break here, CO2, Na reacts with OH, Na reacts with OH, hydrogen gas evolves. Write the product. Here I am taking one more molecule, dialkyl substituted. Pass the electricity. Dialkyl substituted means carbon dioxide removes. Break. Will get alkyl, sodium hydroxide, H2 was released. Just based on this, you write the product. The important reaction, this is called Kolbe's electrolysis. The next in continuation, we will see the Wittig reaction. Next in continuation, one more reaction, Wittig reaction. Wittig reaction. What is the Wittig reagent? Okay, what is the Wittig reagent and how we will prepare the alkenes by using Wittig reaction? Okay, Wittig reagent means, okay, here I am writing Wittig reagent. PH3P, okay, CH2. This is triphenyl phosphine or triphenyl phosphonium halide, we call as Wittig reagent. This is we called Wittig reagent. When any carbonyl compound means C double bond O functional group containing molecules we called carbonyl compounds. C double bond O functional group containing molecules we called carbonyl compound. This carbonyl compound reacts with Wittig reagent. Wittig reagent means CH2 double bond PH3. Okay, just this molecule and oxygen lose and forms PH3P double bond O along with this C double bond CH2. That means alkenes are formed. This is the called over here Wittig reaction. Okay, here I am taking one simple molecule, acetone, CH3, C double bond O, CH3. It is reacts with PPH3 double bond P double bond CH2, PPH3. Okay, here this molecule will release and forms CH3. Okay, C double bond CH2 CH3. Give the numbering here. Start with numbering here. 1, 2, 3. 2-methyl propene. 2-methyl propene was formed. This is the alkene. By using this Wittig reaction, we prepare so many compounds, so many types of alkenes with a different ketones and aldehyde. This is we called acetone. And if we take aldehyde, we will get same molecule. If we get the aldehydes, we will get the same molecule. Here I am taking one aldehyde, CH3C double bond OH. It is reacts with PH3P double bond CH2. See here, use phosphonate and triphenyl phosphoroxide and forms CH3 CH double bond CH2. Here we will get one protein. This is we call Wittig reaction. Then in continuation, we will see the Cope reaction. This is our specific reaction, Cope reaction. Okay, here we will prepare the alkenes from the trialkyl amine. Trialkyl amine. This is trialkyl amine, tertiary amine. This is called trialkyl amine. When trialkyl amine reacts with the hydrogen peroxide, here we get R3NO, N plus O minus, trialkoxide. This we call trialkoxide. This reacts with BF3 at 450 degrees centigrade temperature and at high pressure. Here we get alkenes RCH double bond CH2 along with alkenes. Okay, here we get R2N and water, R2NH along with the water. Okay, here we get alkenes. This is the one specific reaction. Okay, from triamines. When triamines reacts with the hydrogen peroxide, we get here trialkoxide. Okay, tri-N-alkoxide. After that, at high pressure, in the presence of boron trifluoride, 450 degrees centigrade temperature, we will get the alkenes. This reaction we called Cope reaction. Then in continuation, last reaction, we will see here for the preparation of the alkenes, Peterson's reaction. This is one of the important stereospecific reaction. We'll see what is that stereospecific reaction. Okay, Peterson's reaction. Here I am taking one compound. This is the one specific compound. Here I am taking OH, H, C3H7, H, and here Si, CH3 taken twice. That means dimethyl silicon. Here I am taking dimethyl silicon. Okay, here C3H7. Okay, this is the one specific compound. Here 3 carbon atoms are there, here 3 carbon atoms, 7, 8 carbon atoms are there. Okay, here this is the 4th position, this is the 5th position. 3 carbon atoms, 1, 2, 3, 4th position, 5th position. At 4th position, we have 4 dimethyl SiCH3 taken twice, we called dimethyl serine. 4 dimethyl serine. And here 5 whole. 5 whole means what we call 8 carbon atoms are there. Octane 5 whole. This is the IUPAC name of this molecule in this Peterson reaction. This is the one stereospecific reaction. Here we get the 2 correct of compounds with the different reagents. Here cis elimination reaction takes place, trans elimination reaction takes place. Syn elimination, anti-elimination reaction take place. Syn elimination, that means both are removed from same side. Anti-elimination means both are removed in opposite side. Okay, anti-elimination is observed in the presence of KH at 450 degrees centigrade temperature. Syn elimination is observed in the presence of BF3 at nearly 350 degrees centigrade temperature. What happens here? This electron transferred here, this electron transferred here, OH removed from the molecule. If both are removed from same side, we call Syn elimination. We called Syn elimination, and we get here Z isomer. Here we get Z isomer. Z isomer means H here, C3H7, here also C3H7. This is we called same periodic groups. Here 1, here 1, here 2, here 2 periodic. Same periodic groups are present at same side, so we called Z isomer. Already we know about this is Z isomerism. By the anti-elimination, same compound, but here we get a different molecule, C3H7, C3H7H. This is we called E isomer. This is we called E isomer. That means by the elimination reaction, okay, by the Syn elimination we'll get here Z isomer. By the anti-elimination we'll get the E isomer. This is we called as Peterson's reaction. Okay, these are the preparative methods of alkenes. Okay, in continuation, here we'll see the physical properties of alkenes. Physical properties, a basic fundamental important topic for NEET level. Physical properties. First we'll see the physical state. Physical state of alkenes. Okay, up to 4 alkenes gases. Okay, up to 14 alkenes liquids. Remaining alkenes are solids. That means above 14 alkenes, 15, 16 carbon containing alkenes are solids. Okay, this is the physical state. And density, these are the more dense, these are having more density than water. These are having more density than the water due to the more mass compared to the water. CH2 double bond, CH2 means 14 plus 14, nearly 28, water molecular weight 18, that's 5. Okay, these are having more density than water. And here we see melting points and boiling points. Okay, the melting points and boiling points gradually increases by increasing the mass. That means here CH2 double bond CH2 is there, alkene. CH3 CH double bond CH2. This is we called ethene. This is we called propene. See, from top to bottom, number of carbons increases. So melting points and boiling points gradually increases. Okay, when we will compare the melting points of cis and trans. Cis compounds are having more boiling point, especially boiling point. Cis compounds have more boiling point than trans due to the difference in dipole moment. We'll see in continuation what is the meaning of dipole moment. But when we come to the melting point, is specific. Remember this one. Trans alkenes are having more melting point than cis. This is also due to the dipole moment. Remember this one. This is very, very important. Next in continuation, solubility. Okay, alkenes are maximum 99.9% alkanes are insoluble in water. Due to alkanes are non-polar molecule, water is polar molecule. Due to that reason, it is completely insoluble, but it is soluble in benzene. Okay, it is soluble in benzene, ether, like non-polar solvents. Like non-polar solvents. The solubility in those non-polar solvents also gradually decreases by increasing the surface area. Gradually decreases by increasing the surface area. Already I explained melting points and boiling points. Okay, directly proportional to the surface area. Surface area of molecule. Solubility may be in polar or it may be in non-polar. Okay, indirectly proportional to the surface area. Indirectly proportional to the surface area. More surface area means less solubility and more boiling points and melting points. Okay, this is about the solubility, melting point, boiling point, density, physical state of alkenes. This is about the physical properties. Okay, next we have chemical properties. In continuation, we will see the chemical properties of alkenes in next video. It's a very important. It's a fundamental concept for the second PUC. Okay, thank you.